When you step inside an Amish home, the first thing you notice is not extravagance, but harmony. Every wall, every piece of furniture, and every corner seems to flow with a sense of balance that makes the house feel alive. The Amish do not chase modern fads or luxury showpieces. Instead, they weave their decoration philosophy around simplicity, function, and warmth. Their homes are living testimonies to the idea that beauty is not found in how much you display, but in how deeply a room reflects peace. An Amish household might appear modest compared to the glittering interiors of city homes, yet the longer you stay, the more you realize that this atmosphere of serenity is precisely what makes it so inviting. The Amish believe that a home should never scream for attention, it should whisper comfort. This is why their decoration methods lean toward soft colors, natural materials, and handmade touches that instantly put the soul at ease. You will often find plain, whitewashed walls, not as a sign of poverty, but as a deliberate choice to allow the family's life and spirit to shine more brightly than the background. Where others might cover a wall with paintings or bright wallpapers, the Amish prefer a clean canvas that reflects purity and clarity. Their philosophy says, "Let the people and the family memories become the artwork, not the paint." Another striking aspect of Amish decoration is their use of natural light. Instead of filling their houses with artificial lighting, they build homes with wide windows and strategically placed openings so that sunlight itself becomes part of the decor. The shifting light of the day plays on the walls and furniture, changing the mood of a room from morning brightness to evening calm. For them, the Creator has already painted the most beautiful decorations in nature: golden sunsets, glowing firelight, and shadows of trees swaying outside. Why compete with that? This way of seeing beauty also influences how the Amish arrange their furniture. They do not clutter their homes with excess, nor do they try to make a room appear grand. Instead, they aim for balance. A sturdy wooden rocking chair in one corner, a simple handmade quilt folded neatly on another, and perhaps a single vase of fresh flowers on the dining table. Each piece is purposeful, yet it creates a sense of warmth that even the most expensive modern designs often fail to capture. For the Amish, less truly is more, because less allows the heart to breathe. The deeper secret here is that Amish decoration is not about impressing visitors, but about blessing the family that lives within those walls. Every handmade decoration, whether it's a basket woven by hand, a patchwork quilt stitched by the grandmother, or a wooden lamp crafted by the father, is infused with love and meaning. These objects are not lifeless decorations, they carry the presence of the person who created them. And so, an Amish home feels alive, not because of its materials, but because of the spirit behind them. In the modern world, where homes are often filled with items bought in haste and discarded within years, the Amish remind us of a timeless truth. A truly beautiful home is not the one filled with the most expensive items, but the one filled with peace, meaning, and memories that last. The Amish way of using wood to shape warmth. Step into any Amish home and you will be surrounded by wood, but not in a flashy, polished showroom kind of way. Instead, the wood feels alive, textured, natural, and filled with character. The Amish treat wood not as a material to be hidden under paint or plastic, but as a gift of creation to be celebrated in its purest form. Their furniture, walls, and even small decorative pieces are made from oak, maple, cherry, or walnut, often handcrafted by family members. These wooden items don't just serve a purpose, they tell a story of patience, skill, and respect for the land. Unlike modern households where plastic frames or glass centerpieces dominate, Amish families create warmth through wooden accents that feel both timeless and grounded. A simple hand-carved shelf might hold family Bibles, while a solid wooden dining table becomes the heart of daily life. Even their benches, often unadorned and sturdy, carry a quiet dignity that outshines modern designs. These are not mass-produced decorations bought from a store, but handmade heirlooms meant to be passed down across generations. One of their most treasured decoration tricks is leaving the wood in its natural finish. Rather than drowning it in chemical varnishes, they allow the natural grain to shine through, often rubbing it gently with homemade oils or beeswax. This creates a warm, glowing effect that transforms even the simplest chair into something elegant. Over the years, the surface gains a natural patina from use, sunlight, and the touch of countless hands, giving it more depth and beauty than any store-bought polish could ever provide. The Amish also use wood to frame spaces in subtle ways. You might find handcrafted moldings around doors, plain but carefully measured beams in the ceiling, or wooden peg racks lining a hallway. These racks often hold bonnets, straw hats, or lanterns, and though they serve a practical purpose, they also add a unique decorative rhythm to the home. A row of simple hooks with neatly hung items says more about Amish order and discipline than a wall filled with paintings ever could. Quilts and textiles, the Amish art that warms the home. If wood gives an Amish home its structure and strength, textiles bring its warmth, color, and soul. Among all Amish decorations, the quilt stands as the crown jewel, admired across the world for both its practicality and artistry. To the Amish, a quilt is not just a blanket thrown across a bed. It is a living piece of heritage, stitched by hand with patience and love, often telling stories through patterns that carry deep cultural meaning. Walk into an Amish bedroom and you'll likely see one of these masterpieces folded neatly on a bed, glowing with geometric beauty. The colors of Amish quilts are striking yet restrained. They rarely use loud or neon shades. Instead, they choose deep blues, burgundies, forest greens, and earthy tones, often contrasted against plain white or black. These combinations are not random. Each family or community has preferred patterns, such as sunshine and shadow, log cabin, or diamond in a square, each carrying layers of symbolism. A quilt, therefore, is not just a decoration, it is a message stitched in fabric, echoing faith, community, and the balance of light and darkness in life. What makes Amish textiles so unique is the devotion that goes into them. Women often gather for quilting bees, where they work together, laughing, singing, and sharing stories while stitching. Each needle movement carries intention, and the finished quilt becomes more than cloth. It is a memory, a celebration of unity, and a keepsake that often outlives its maker. To display such a quilt in the home is to display not just decoration, but the very heartbeat of Amish family life. But it isn't only quilts that adorn Amish homes. Hand-woven rugs, knitted throws, and hand-sewn curtains all add layers of texture and warmth to otherwise simple spaces. Bringing nature indoors, flowers, wreaths, and greenery. For the Amish, nature is not just something to admire outside the window, it is a companion that belongs inside the home as well. Their decoration style draws heavily from the fields, gardens, and woods that surround them, making every room feel connected to the natural rhythms of the earth. This is one of the most charming tricks of Amish decoration, using flowers, greenery, and handmade wreaths, not as occasional accents, but as living, breathing parts of daily life. Step into an Amish home, and you may find a simple clay vase filled with fresh wildflowers, picked that very morning from the fields. The Amish do not rush to buy bouquets from florists. They gather what nature already offers, sunflowers, daisies, lilacs, or sprigs of lavender, and place them on dining tables, mantels, or windowsills. These flowers are not only beautiful, but they also change with the seasons, so the home's decor is always alive and shifting. Spring brings blossoms, summer brings vibrant blooms, autumn brings dried corn husks and wheat stalks, and winter brings pine branches and holly berries. The home becomes a mirror of the land outside, reminding the family that beauty is never static, but always moving with God's creation. One of the most iconic Amish decorations is the handmade wreath. Unlike mass-produced wreaths found in stores, Amish wreaths are crafted from natural elements: twigs, grapevines, dried flowers, herbs, or even corn husks, twisted carefully into circular shapes. Hung on doors, windows, or walls, these wreaths are not only decorative but symbolic. The circle represents eternity, the endless cycle of seasons, and the faith that life continues. A wreath made of evergreens in winter might symbolize resilience, while one made of lavender and herbs in summer could represent peace and healing. The glow of light, lamps, candles, and firelight. Perhaps one of the most enchanting qualities of an Amish home is the way light itself becomes part of the decoration. In modern houses, light is often harsh, bright, and artificial, but in Amish households, it is soft, warm, and deeply atmospheric. Because many Amish communities live without electricity, they rely on oil lamps, candles, and firelight to illuminate their homes, turning every evening into a scene of quiet beauty. This approach to lighting is not just practical, it is a decoration in itself, shaping the mood of the entire home. Oil lamps, often placed on wooden tables or mounted on walls, create pools of golden light that make a room feel instantly inviting. The flickering flame dances against wooden surfaces, bringing out the natural grain of the wood and casting gentle shadows across quilts, rugs, and furniture. Instead of the flat brightness of electric bulbs, this kind of light has depth. It creates corners of mystery, warmth, and intimacy. A simple evening meal by lamplight feels like a sacred ritual, a moment where family gathers not only around food, but around a shared glow. Candles, too, play a central role in Amish decoration. Unlike store-bought scented candles in glass jars, Amish candles are often handmade, dipped in beeswax, and designed to last. Their scent is faintly sweet, natural, and comforting, carrying the fragrance of the bees and flowers from which they came. A few candles placed on a table, in a window, or near a bed transform the room into a place of calm. On special occasions, entire rooms may be lit by candles alone, turning ordinary spaces into something magical. The Amish understand that light does not have to be abundant to be beautiful. It only has to be meaningful.